All right, guys. I pulled some IXL problems, about 7 of them for the parallel and perpendicular stuff, so you can be ready for your test tomorrow. I dropped a jelly bean. Oh, man down. Anyway, talking about parallel lines and perpendicular lines. Line V has a slope of 5/4. Line W is going to be parallel to line V. What is the slope of line W? Guys, parallel lines have the same slope. All right. So that means it's 5/4. We're done. Boop. In the equation of line B, we got y equals 7/8x plus 2/7. 7/8, remember, is the slope because it's next to the x. Can't express that enough. Remember, that idea comes from this bad boy, slope-intercept form, where m is the slope. Couldn't say that enough. And the b is the y-intercept. Excuse me. So then equation line C here is going to be 7/8x plus 5. 7/8, 7/8. They are the same thing. So are these lines parallel or perpendicular? The fact that these are the same thing means they're parallel. An example of something being perpendicular would be negative reciprocals. Put this in red. So 1/2. Negative reciprocal would be -2/1. Another way to write that is just -2. Okay. So with that being said, these are negative reciprocals, so that would mean they're perpendicular. Boop. Line C passes through points yada yada yada. Line D is parallel, which means that same slope idea. What is the slope of D? Easy. We use the slope formula. Remember, that was y2 minus y1, x2 minus x1. Remember, label if need be. Plug it in as you see it. 7 minus 3. 10 minus 1. 7 minus 3 is 4. 10 minus 1 is 9. The slope for that line, since it's parallel, is going to be 4/9. The same. Boom. Boop. Line S passes through points yada 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 and blah blah blah. Is perpendicular. So that's that negative reciprocal idea. Okay, then like for example, AB, negative reciprocal would be negative B over A. Okay, that negative reciprocal idea. You're flipping the fraction, changing the sign. So again, we need the slope formula. Subtract y1, x2 minus x1. If you were labeling, there we go. So 62 minus a -16. Remember, that's from the formula. This is the number that was given. -42 minus a -6. Okay, remember that idea? Two negatives make a positive. Two negatives make a positive. So we have 62 plus 16. So 6, 7, 8. 1 and 6, 7. Adding, so -42. This is like you're subtracting, okay? But, oh, what did I just do? Oh no. Why does it keep getting bigger? What? No, stop that. Okay. Let's try this. So if we had a 42, how do I make this a minus sign? Huh. Did I mess this up? Can I go back one? Plus 6? Yeah, that's right. Sorry. The calculator is different. It's a calculator on the computer, so you know it'd be like that. I'm gonna divide that. Divided by 36. Holy moly. Negative 2.16. Can we put this as a decimal? Improper fraction or an integer. Oh no, we gotta write this as a fraction. My calculator doesn't do that. Alright. We're gonna have to, you know, work it out. Let's see. 78 divided by 2. 39. 36 divided by 2. Pretty sure it's 18. And it is. Now, from this point, I don't. I mean, oh, wait, no, I think 3 goes into. Yeah, what am I saying? 39 divided by 3. We get 13. All right. 18. 18 divided by 3 should be 6. Haha, look at that. 13 over 6. Now, remember, if you had a Casio or maybe a scientific calculator or what else? Desmos, the Desmos scientific calculator, that probably could help. But there you go, negative 13 over 6. Remember, this one we divided both by 2. And then we divided this by 3, top and bottom. So I simplify fractions, in case you forgot. Boop. Line K has an equation of y equals 2x minus 2 and includes the point blah, blah, blah. Oh, excuse me. Line L includes the point negative 3, negative 8 and is parallel to line K. What is the equation of line L? So we do have the x and y. They want it parallel, so we need the slope. So the slope is 2. Okay, it's number in front of the x. Parallel. So plug all this into y equals mx plus b. Okay, plug in what you know. We got negative 8. Slope is 2. I don't want to write it this way. What was I doing? Slope. Slope is 2. X is going to be negative 3 plus b. Multiply. This should be familiar. You know, we're writing equations for lines earlier. Okay. Negative 8 plus 6 is negative 2 equals b. That's our y-intercept. Then we just stick it all together. Slope 2x minus 2 y-intercept. Skadoosh. Hit the inner sign. Boom. Get it right. Perpendicular. Remember, negative reciprocal. We got line. R has an equation y plus 5. And we got slopes right here. X plus 7. This is point slope formula. So, you know, it's different, but what we care about is the slope more than anything. So now we have the slope. We know it's negative reciprocal, so let's flip it. 7 over 1. The negative goes away. It's a positive, so our slope is 7. And I think this contains a point. Yeah, so there's our x and y. So, go back to the y equals mx plus b. Plug in what you know. Y is 4. Slope is 7. X is 1 plus b. 7 plus b, 4. Divide by 7. Let's cancel. B equals 4 minus 7 is negative 3. So plug it all in. Y equals 7 because that's our slope. X minus 3 because that's our y-intercept. Boop. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. We got an issue here. We need to fix this before we can solve it. We do know the lines will have the same slope. And this will be our point that it goes through. So we're going to do some math here. Solve for y. Subtract x, subtract x. These are not like terms. Oh boy. 15 plus 15. Yikes. Divide by tree. Everything gets divided by tree. y equals, this is going to be like a 1, so 1/3 x plus 5. This is the most important part because that's our slope. So, I'm running out of room. I'll just stick it over here. So do the same thing we've been doing. Sounds like a broken record at this point. Y is going to be 2. We found the slope to be negative 1/3. It's parallel, good, same slope, so we don't have to do the reciprocal or anything. What's x? Negative 6 plus b. Now, if you want to, you can plug that into your calculator to get the answer, but I do know this. 2 negatives make a positive, and this is kind of like 6 divided by 3, so that's 2. And then subtract 2, everything cancels. This is 0. 2 minus 2 is 0. That means we don't necessarily need to add anything for the y-intercept. So plug in your slope, negative 1/3 x. It would be plus 0, but you don't need that. So this is it right here. Skadoosh. Y equals negative 1/3 x. Boop. Nope, that was the last one. Trying to keep the video short and sweet. So there you go. You're ready for your tests, or excuse me, part of your test, quote unquote, for tomorrow. Toodles.